What's going on, everybody? Apparently, I'm a beta. I heard this before. No surprise. What some people on YouTube who honestly hide behind avatars want to call people names and call me a beta, which is fine. I've been called way worse. I've been called way more creative stuff that I actually laugh at. But this past week, I was called a beta. And what's crazy is it was in the comment section of a video I did over 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago. Let me paint for you guys the picture. Over 2 years ago. What was that? My laundry. So about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, I started watching content by an individual named Kevin Samuels. Okay. And Kevin Samuels came out with amazing content, with amazing talking points, some which I agree with, some with which I disagree with. And he started to explode after a video went viral of him having a conversation with a young lady and a young lady giving her like an average rating, giving herself an average rating. And he telling this young lady, well, you're average at best based off your own rating, right? And I did a video a little bit after that, after watching more of his content, saying, okay, he makes some good points, but he doesn't speak for me. And I started to see how he amassed a following of men or boys who believed themselves to be something that they weren't and started to blindly follow this man, Kevin Samuels, and started to believe everything that he said to the point where they were no longer thinking for themselves. So I did a video saying that I agree with some of his talking points. I don't agree with everything. He doesn't speak for me, and he shouldn't speak for all men. And that video went semi-viral, got a couple of tens of thousands of views and tens of thousands of comments and all that good stuff, right? And what's up, everybody in the live stream? Thank you guys so much for being here, right? And in the comment section, I see a whole lot of comments about me being a beta, which is fine. What's crazy is you have these men leaving one word insult comments like beta based off of what I said in a video. And when I respond to them and ask them, okay, what did I say makes me a beta? Or what evidence do you have to make such a claim? And I think a lot of that has to do with my background in education. I taught ELA for a couple of years. ELA is one of my passions. And in ELA, if you state a claim in your writing, you need to back up that claim. You don't just say things just to say it. Okay. Outside of that, you're operating emotionally and without intelligence. Intelligent people could even be wrong in their claim. But if they came up with a claim based off of evidence and they could cite that evidence, then it's not an unintelligent claim, even though it's wrong. Okay. When people make claims and call people names, they should have evidence based off of that, and then have dialogue, right? If you're brave enough to, behind a faceless avatar to call somebody a name, at least, right? Back it up with evidence. Back your claim up with evidence. So that's what happened. I responded to this guy, a YouTuber, a small. He has a channel about maybe sub 300 subscribers, but the fact is his content is pretty good. He has a really dope niche that I believe that his channel with the proper exposure would explode because his niche is dope. Like I was watching his videos after he insulted me and called me a beta. I said, let me go and investigate Homeboy's channel, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what he looks like, but his content is really niched to a place where he can actually explode. And I would love to see him explode on YouTube with that niche. Um, but just because I like the content of his channel doesn't mean that I'm going to let him skate by calling somebody a name and not backing it up with evidence. So I wrote back and I was like, corny. You're going to write one word, beta, with a laughing emoji. I'm going to write back, corny. So I will say this. He threatened to report my channel to YouTube. And what I find funny is he insults me. I respond back to his insults. He doesn't like how I responded back, and I wasn't even insulting him. I was just coming at him with, "No, at least prove it. Come on live with me and let's have a discussion about this." And if he's watching now, well, I'll definitely drop the link for him to, or anybody else for that matter who thinks I'm a beta, to come up and prove it. But I invited him on a live stream. I said, "Hey, let's have a live discussion about what makes me a beta. Cam up and give me the evidences. You stated a claim. The claim was I'm a beta, right? And if I am a beta, please, by all means, let me know what makes me a beta, right? I'm not above correction. If he's right on certain things, he's right on certain things. What's going on, Ashleen? How you doing? We have Goku official. What's going on? Yo, Goku's the man. And we got Miss G. Thank you guys so much for being in the live stream. So that's the thing, right? Like, I'll give you an opportunity to tell me, like, if you're gonna come and leave a comment, at least let me know what it is, right? So I responded with corny, with another laughing emoji, because it was corny. Like, you got to come correct. Give me an insult that makes me laugh at myself. I like to laugh at myself. I like to laugh at my own expense. At least make it worth my while. And then he wrote back, "I don't tolerate disrespect from betas," with a laughing emoji, right? Now, this is when you're going to see how he tends to contradict himself. Okay. Um, I could be a beta, but I'm not backing down from anybody from an intellectual conversation. And I'm going to come at him. Give me the details. So I wrote back, "I don't listen to basic guys who call other men betas because of their own insecurities. How about this? Come up with me in a live stream and show me how beta how I am. Let me know how I'm a beta. I'm looking forward to your response." And then his response is getting on a live stream with a beta male going to put money in my pocket. Okay. Now, you see how he's coming at me and I'm responding. And despite his initial insults, he didn't like my responses, my replies, which wasn't insulting. Somebody else started to comment on what he was doing and called him a beta for what he was doing. All of a sudden, he says he's going to report my channel. All right. So, um, then he writes, "You're in your feelings," with a laughing emoji. Well, I did a video and he commented beta. So obviously, the video made him feel a certain way, right? Well, let's continue. I wrote back, "Basic car guy. I'm in my feelings." Says the guy who left the comment trying to insult another man he doesn't know. "If you're nervous about talking like alphas, quote unquote," I put in quotes, which I don't adhere to this whole alpha beta type of mentality. We're not animals. Okay, we're not animals. So I don't. But I'll entertain the conversation. Uh, if you're nervous about talking like alphas, then say so. If you're not alpha enough to put this beta in its place, then the only person here in their feelings is you, my friend. So what say you? I'll set up the live stream now. Just give me a day and a time after 7 p.m. any day." Uh, and he responds, "I don't put betas in their place. That's for you to figure out amongst yourself. Why is it an insult for you to be a beta?" Then the question, the logical question is, why is it your place to call anybody a beta, right? So if it doesn't make me money, then I don't have time for it. This is probably the last comment I care to make because your sensitivity isn't making me money either. So here's my thing about that, right? It didn't make you any money to leave a comment like beta. And these are the type of people that want to come in, say whatever they want to say, and when they're challenged on what they said, they run away and they don't want to back up what they're saying. Okay. That's a sign of insecurity. That's a huge sign of insecurity. And that's just not me saying, you're being insecure, or me trying to insult somebody saying that they're insecure. No, it is. If you can make a claim where you can say and insult somebody, and then when they respond to the insult, you want to run away from a conversation and not, get into a dialogue about the insult that you made, and then try to mask it like, well, why is it an insult to be called a beta, right? With a laughing emoji, and I don't get in conversations with betas, or like I don't get insulted by betas. Like, I don't understand the whole and this is the type of men that's being raised in these kind of communities out there where they want to come in, say whatever they want to say, and if they're challenged, they run. They run. They run. Which, if you really want to look at it as far as definitions that they created, is a sign of a beta male. I'm not calling them a beta. I'm just saying that based on the definition that these spaces on YouTube for men, that's what a beta male is. All right. So then he writes back, um, you only have 6K subs. That's not going to get me anywhere. If it can benefit me, I'll join you live. Now he says, I only have 6K subs. And this is coming from somebody who has sub 300 subscribers. I like I'm not going to shame you for having 300 subscribers. You got a dope, channel, and it's niched well. You'll get some. You'll grow. You'll grow. You've been on YouTube for a little while, but you'll grow, right? And I hope that you grow. But again, this goes to show the mentality of some men. They want to come in and insult. They want to come in and say something, but then when they're challenged, it's not worth their while all of a sudden. And it's not worth your while. But you start this. And most guys dealing with insecurities will start something, but they're not ready to finish it or follow through with it. All right. And if you're watching, bro, the link is in the chat, man. The link is in the chat. He ran to he ran to YouTube being called corny. Is running to YouTube an alpha move? Yeah, listen. Either way, right? So, um, I can, we continue on the conversation a little bit. Eventually he said that he doesn't want to deal with me anymore. He doesn't want to talk. Um, so I asked people, I did a story, right? And I had asked people to go to his channel and subscribe to his channel, right? Because again, I really think that his channel has a decent niche to it, right? A very decent niche to it. Uh, but let me see if I can find this exchange that we had. All right. And then in my post, I said, I got called out for being a beta again from this guy, and I tagged him in. I tagged his name, told people to go to his channel, subscribe to his channel because his niche is nice. I like his niche. Okay. Especially if people are into that. I'm not going to say too much, and I won't say his name because he asked for me not to ask for me to remove the tag. I won't remove the tag because he started the conversation. He even, threatened to call YouTube. But the fact of the matter is he was in violation first. So if YouTube does an investigation, they're going to say that he commented first and I responded to that. And nothing that I said in response to that was insulting to him directly. So uh he responded to that post saying, I tell you what, if I get up to 1K subscribers before your live stream starts, then I'll gladly join. That was his response. So I have 6K subscribers, right? He says if he gets up to 1K subscribers before your live starts, then he gladly joins. Um, again, actually, he has 126 subscribers. I just want to have a conversation based off of what he started. That's it. Um, again, I here's the thing, right? People think because I'm a Christian, right? Because I'm a elementary school teacher, that I'm soft. I won't stand up for myself. I won't defend myself, right? I'll quote unquote turn the other cheek. Understand this. Um, I don't back down from anything. I don't back down from anything. Even if I'm afraid, I'm going to stand my ground. Stand my ground. And if somebody wants to challenge me, I'll be more than happy to go back and forth, especially with when it comes to intellectual conversation. There's a reason why. Because even if people deem me a loser in that situation, I've gained some knowledge, therefore I won. I don't have to win a conversation or an argument. I just have to learn, right? So him and I would have had a conversation, and he would have shared with me his position. I would have learned his position, and if I didn't agree, I would counter. That simple. That simple, right? I don't back down. I just don't. And just because I'm a Christian and an elementary school teacher doesn't mean that I'm going to back down from anybody. I just won't. So, so then I responded with, It was a couple of more responses, but then somebody else responded saying, "You're begging for subs before you go on someone's stream and explain why you're throwing shade. That definitely isn't alpha material there." So somebody responded with, "You're begging for subs before you go on someone's stream and explain why you're throwing shade," in which he did. He threw shade at me by calling me a beta and wouldn't go live with me to tell me why he called me a beta and prove his case until he got 1K subs. Um, and somebody said that wasn't alpha material there. And again, if you are going to call somebody a beta, at least follow through. Be consistent. If you consider yourself an alpha, be consistent. Challenge me. Don't mind get challenged back. And let's have an intellectual discussion on your claim, right? Ultimately, it ended up with him saying, "Remove me, untag me. I'm going to report you to YouTube." And I was like, "You know what? I'm not going to untag him. I'm not." He started the conversation. Now I'm not going to send people to his channel anymore, if that's not what he wants. But I really would like him to succeed on YouTube because again, his niche is actually a really good niche. I was sort of entertained with his videos, right? But it is what it is. And if you are, if anyone is calling somebody a beta, and that beta, quote unquote beta, goes and challenge your position and your claim on calling them a beta, and you cannot clearly identify what makes them a beta after you made the claim, then you guys should just really keep your mouth shut. You're not adding any value to anything at all. And the thing is, alphas, if you are looking at it, alphas value their time so much that they don't need to call other men betas. They really don't. Alphas, if you are alpha, according to the definition that these man spaces out here create, if you are an alpha, you're not even worried about a beta. So if I'm a beta and you're an alpha, why even comment on the video? Why even comment on the video? And that's what I'm saying, right? Like, guys, um, you guys may see me as a beta. That's all good, based off of me disagreeing with some talking points behind Kevin Samuels or people from the Red Pill or Manosphere space. I'm going to disagree with people that I disagree with. It is what it is. There's some Christians who have really poor theology that I will disagree with. There's women out there who have very poor ideologies about what it means to be in a relationship with a man. I'm gonna call it out. I disagree with it. And that's the thing. Men, men, you need to learn what it means to be in a disagreement with somebody or disagree with somebody and value somebody's argument or stick to the argument. Here's the thing. These men out there get mad at females for insulting men, right? Who respond logically to arguments. But then when a man challenges their position, they do the very same things that they claim women do by throwing insults. What's up, gorgeous? My wife is walking past. What's up, baby? All right. So, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, I got a whole wife. So I'm not sure if you guys would consider me a beta because I got a wife that I love. Right. Or maybe I leave my family. At least try to, right? But back to you guys. All right. You guys claim that, that's a tactic of women when men do the same thing. Men do the same thing. I don't get it, yo. I don't understand the inconsistent. Here's one thing that really gets under my skin. I'll be honest with you. When people are inconsistent, when they're inconsistent, they're constantly moving the goalposts and then claim everybody else is moving the goalposts. I can care less that he called me a beta. I just wanted to know honestly if he was intelligent enough to prove his case. If you have a claim, prove it. My students will read a book and then tell me that this person in this book has a specific character trait. Okay. For instance, if they were reading a book, all right, and they came to me and said, "Mr. Harrison, this person is a beta in the book." My response is going to be, "Well, prove it. What makes him a beta based on the evidence in the text?" Not hard. Not hard. I'm gonna do that in real life with people who want to throw insults at not just me, but everybody else. Right? That guy's an idiot. What makes him an idiot? Oh, he's an idiot because he just disagrees with you. Ah, really? So honestly, he's not the idiot. You are. Right? People, and we live in a very polarizing society where you can't have your view. Everybody must have what I call this hive mind, where if you don't agree with what everybody in my team agree with, right, then you are this insult. You have to agree with the hive. And if you don't agree with the hive, right, you are an idiot. You are a dumb. You're a beta. And the same thing with women, right? Same thing with females, yo. They got I was watching was it Chantel Simone? And there's this new term, and shout out to Security Boss. There's this new term that these feminists are calling other women who want to be wives. They're calling them mammies. Same thing. Simp, betas, mammies, pick me's, all that stuff. All these polarizing people want to throw shade and throw insults at somebody that disagrees with them. That disagrees with them. Right? All they want to do is throw shade. So if I'm a man who disagrees with some of the talking points of the manosphere and the red pill, I'm a beta or I'm a simp. If you're a woman who believes in traditional marriage, right? Traditional relationships, right? Being a traditional woman, you're a mammy or a pick me. Guys, we got to knock this off. Knock this off. We can't have intelligent conversations and dialogue if we disagree with somebody because we are so polarized. We live in a polarized society. You must agree with me. And if you don't agree with me, right, you're the enemy. Just like in politics. This whole midterms election in the United States, those of you guys watching from overseas, it's the political landscape in this country is a whole hot mess. I'm letting you know now. You guys want to move to America? Hold on a second. All right. Hold on. Pray first, fast for this nation, fast for this nation, for the political landscape of this nation, and then come because it's a whole hot mess here. I'll tell you that right now. And if you're watching this live right now, you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. If you're watching the replay, hit the like button. And you want to support the channel, hit me with a super chat or hit that thanks button down below and support the channel that way as well. But back to the conversation at hand. This brother didn't want to come on live with me because he felt that it wouldn't benefit him financially. But him leaving a random corny comment, calling me a beta, was worth his while. Not having an honest conversation with another man that he insulted. But then he tried to play the game about why is being a beta an insult. Either way. I don't understand. I don't get it. Listen. Then he writes, you still haven't untagged me. And again, I won't. You started the conversation. And if you want to have an honest conversation about it, by all means, let's do it. Because again, I don't mind being insulted. I've been insulted, and some of them were funny, yo. Like some of them were hilarious. If you're gonna insult me, like, because the thing is, if it was a good insult, I would have responded, yo, that was good, that was funny. I'm gonna use that one. Right? I'm just so tired of these guys out there want to call other men betas. Real men don't call other men baseless names without evidence. They just don't. They just don't. That's not what men do. Oh, who are you to be saying what men do? Listen, that's not what men do. Sometimes we need some hard lines and erase these gray lines about what it means to be a man. Men don't behave that way. Secure men don't behave that way. Secure men could be in a space with other men, right? And build and not have to want to feel like the top dog in the room. If you feel like you have to be the top dog in every room you go into, that's a sign of insecurity, a sign of fear of being dominated over. But most men who are secure in themselves can be in a space with other men and build with those men. I want to call other men betas, especially if they don't know who they are, without evidence. And here's the thing, though. I could have said some things in that video that really showed how beta I was. It could have. I could have said some things in videos in this YouTube channel that could, show how much beta I am. I can live a life that somebody else sees, right? And could point out some things in my own life that may consider me a beta. At least explain your evidence behind it. And you men out there, this is one lesson that you need to leave with tonight. If you're going to throw an insult, if you're going to throw shade at anybody for any reasons, at least have, at minimum, evidence to prove your case. That's all I was asking for. Evidence to prove your case. Otherwise, you're behaving just like the women you claim are emotional who throw insults at people that they don't agree with. Moving the goalposts and continuing to be inconsistent. That's my spiel for tonight. Man. I just think that men really got to rise up to be men and stop with this child. Because the thing is, I teach elementary school, and I'm around students from kindergarten, pre-K, all the way to 5th grade, and they do that very same tactic. They want to insult people that they don't like, or insult kids that they don't agree with, or insult kids just to get them upset or get a rise out of them. It's all immature behavior. It really is. So I'm just encouraging you. You know who you are, who left that comment, and any other man watching this, that if you're going to go on somebody's YouTube channel, if you are going to go on somebody's blog post, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, email, phone, text, whatever, in real life, if you're going to insult anybody or throw an insult at anybody, make sure that you have evidence to support your claim. Otherwise, you're just being an emotional, insecure little child that just caught a mini tantrum wanting to throw shade at somebody. That's all it is. What's going on, Jermaine? How's it going, bro? So, I may be a beta. Maybe I should embrace that. But if you are going to call me a beta, please have evidence to support your claim. Peace.